And wow, I'm the CommanderZander. I remember it so that a standards critic doesn't have to. And neither should you. We've all been there before. Average Joe job, punching numbers, yada yada yada. But what is it really like to be in the mind of an average Joe who's just trying to get through his Monday details on a Monday through Friday shift? Well, Office Space answers that question with this movie made by Mike Judge, whom you might remember from Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill. Yeah, that's right. He was involved with this movie. And I'm going to dub it for you. Because Office Space should remind you that everyone is like this particular average Joe. Which I will delve into further as we look into Office Space. So, of course, credit for the movie does go to 20th Century Fox. And no, this is not for monetary purposes. This is strictly for a review. And what better way to start a movie than showing an average traffic rush? Yes, everyone should be familiar with this. You've been caught in this traffic jam before. It's annoying as hell. Let's just put it that way. This is Peter. He is stuck in traffic, as you can plainly see. Gas, brake. He uses the brake a shit ton, and oh, by the way, no movement whatsoever. This should sum up the traffic rush. The geezer in a stroller is moving faster than the traffic. Peter's thinking, okay, this line's moving rather quickly. I'll just go with the next opportunity. Any minute now. And guess what? It turns into a traffic rush, and when you know it, the lane he was in is now fucking moving. Gotta love that crap. Okay, so after Michael eventually gets to his office, he's dealing with Mr. Mumblemouth over here, listening to the radio and owning his stapler, the red one. That would be Milton.
Hi, Peter. What's happening?
This is one of Peter's boss, but not like the boss.
The cover sheet, I know.
Reminding him of how to do a cover sheet.
Did you get that memo? Yeah, I got the memo.
Did you get the memo? Isn't that like an average question for like some office person? Hey, did you get the memo? Did you get this memo? This memo says this, and this. Yeah, you deal with that every now and then.
Before they go out now, so if you could go ahead and try to remember to do that from now on, that'd be great. All right.
You think it's a phone call of less importance. Michael Bolton is one of Peter's buddies. He is having issues with the printer. This is another one of Peter's buddies. His name I cannot enunciate well enough, so we'll just call him Amir.
PC load letter? What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. You're a freaking office person. You should know all this crap. How should I know? This is where Peter lives. Oh, by the way, his next door neighbor happens to be Rex Kwando, because he's in this movie. In 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Peter, man. Check out Channel 9. Check out this chick. Damn it. What?
I love this guy. An average redneck.
Oh, sorry, man. And over there or something? If you want to talk to me, just come over.
Oh, jeez. He takes that with...
Hey, man. Check this out, dude.
Oh, Jesus. So he flips to Channel 9. Alright! I like this guy.
Sorry, man. I thought you want to see this. Doesn't that chick look like Ann? Yeah, a little bit. Really not what I do.
So at the end of the week, Peter's like
However,
pissed off about life at work. So he goes to some hypnotherapist to think that might solve the problem. It kind of does, but just watch.
want you to relax. Have your fingertips. I want you to relax and deeper into.
Watch him. He's about to die of a heart attack.
From 3, you will be in a state of complete relaxation. Your worries, cares, and inhibitions will be gone.
Look at him clenching his fist. Seriously, what kind of a hypnotherapist has got so much stress in his life?
Fingers. 3, deeper and deeper.
He must have been on some McDiet or something like that. Good lord, what kind of a hypnotherapist clenches his fist like that? One that's about to die of a fucking heart attack.
Way down. 1.
Oh my God, Dr. Swanson! Is he breathing?
I was about to say, come on, doesn't anybody know how to do CPR? Come on! Peter looks relaxed and confident and he feels great. That was just what the doctor ordered. So he decides to skip the weekend shift that he was scheduled to do, and this is Lumberg on the phone. You might remember him from various movies. One that I did, Hop. Also Dodgeball. And Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights. Peter is just napping on the job. Eventually he gets up. Oh, by the way, look at that. Prep for the day that he's not going to frickin' enjoy outside of his bed. Gotta love that prepping, though. 17. You have 17 new messages.
Yeah, hi, it's Bill.
It's the same fucking voice message. Bill Lumberg just checking in to see if Peter was going to make it or not, which he clearly didn't. While he's listening to one of the voice messages, his soon-to-be ex-girlfriend calls him.
Peter, what's going on?
I'll tell you what's going on. He's in a great mood. Nothing could possibly ruin this day for him. Because nothing's going on.
Peter, what's gotten into you? First you just sit there while Dr. Swanson dies.
Oh, by the way, I love the timing of this little hang-up.
And don't blame this on hypnosis either. That's total bull.
Yeah, just as she's about to say a naughty word, he hangs up on her. Nicely done. Very classy. She then leaves a voice message.
Through. Oh, and one more thing. I've been feeling you.
Wow, she yelled so loud that it caused the voice answering machine to vibrate. Alright, she's that kind of spunky lady. It's now Monday and Lumberg is telling everyone about how to do this and that. And oh, by the way, they're wondering what the hell happened to Peter. Oh, good. Recruiting guys. You know, the guys that are gonna either fire you or give you a promotion, which is the case of these two. One of them you might recall from Scrubs and other various stuff. Peter then goes into some TGI Fridays wannabe and runs into what's her name, played by Jennifer Aniston. I'll just call her Jennifer Aniston because we all know Jennifer Aniston. Okay, Joanna, fine. The name tag gives it away. Joanna by Jennifer. Mr. Spunky Spazzy Boy with all that piece of flair.
I was asking what you were doing for lunch. Would you like to have lunch with me?
Oh yeah, these two go out now. Yippee.
Update bank software for the 2000 switch. Well, see, they wrote all this bank software. And,
Oh, isn't that nice? And he didn't have to even fucking go to eharmony.com to fucking find her. He just had to walk right into the restaurant.
I go through these thousands.
Isn't that great? See, you don't need stupid dating sites that go on fucking dates. You can do it the old-fashioned way. So ultimately, Peter goes back in, does his recruiting thing, as well as these other guys.
Right now with the consultants. And I update.
Required to.
Oh, Danny.
Where is this? In here.
People skills. I am good.
There we
at
go.
dealing with people. Can't you understand that? What the hell is wrong with you people?
You're fired.
Gotten into you.
Peter then proceeds to do his interview, and oh, by the way, they are impressed with him. Very, very impressed with him. They're gonna give him a promotion, even though he's fucking lying and doing absolutely nothing. Michael. The man is rolling a deal of a lifetime.
Oh, Peter. What's happening? Listen.
Ooh, walking away from the pause. You're fired! Joanna then gets to talk about her limit of flares, lack thereof. While that's going on, the bosses evaluate who's getting laid and who's getting paid.
He's useless.
Yeah, that's obvious because he freaking overreacted when he did his interview. Did you not see that?
Who's he? You know, squirrely looking guy, mumbles a lot. Oh, yeah.
They talk about Peter getting a promotion and Lumberg is not on the same page as him.
Gibbons. Now, we had a chance to meet this
By the way,
man.
I love his overalls. It's in the form of a belt. I fucking love a design like that. That, on the other hand, at least it matches his tie, which is very fluorescent.
Go ahead and sort of disagree with you there.
How do you sort of disagree with someone? Just go out and say, I'm gonna have to fucking disagree with you and tell you all the crap that I've seen from him. And then they're gonna counterattack with what they believe is the problem.
We feel that the problem isn't with Peter.
Nope.
It's that you haven't challenged him enough.
Oh, yeah, the boy needs challenging. He needs to be tested in order to prove his worthiness. Oh my god, meanwhile Peter clearly is enjoying himself because he got a tan and he's taking care of his fish at the office. What in the world? And watching ninja movies with his cutie pie. He then talks to Michael because Michael is one of those that got laid while Peter is going to get promoted. Some friendship that'll end up being.
Some kind of profit sharing or something. Tired of being pushed around.
He then goes to Amir and Michael and they decide, you know what, let's do something with ourselves and make something that'll last a lifetime. Let's steal all their fucking money! That'll teach them who's boss. Because clearly that's going to get him a one-way ticket to the pound.
A white-collar, minimum security resort. Shit, we be working now.
One of the new guys tells about the story of how the ex-employee trying to commit suicide decided to live and then boom! Gets ran by some oncoming truck. By the way, he's a dickhole. Well, maybe not. He just looks like a douchebag. That's just my opinion.
Like 7 figures. Oh yeah, guess we all did. No, I stole something else.
Oh, great. What could you possibly have stolen that's more worse than money?
Call it a going away present.
Oh, boy. Yes, the iconic scene that Family Guy ultimately ripped on, which makes sense because they too are owned by 20th Century Fox. The scene where they steal the fucking printer that just doesn't want to fucking work and they destroy it in the middle of fucking nowhere. With some random rap music in the background. Die, motherfucker, die. I'm the CommanderZander. I'm a rapping fool. I'm gonna kick your ass because I'm a cracker fool. Die, motherfucker, die. Boom! Way to lay that one on. That's a dinger. Now, this you did not see from Family Guy. Okay, this you saw from Family Guy. This you did not see from Family Guy. That is the most drunken dancing I have ever seen from Peter. Seriously, you can clearly tell he's drunk. When he's doing like this. Anybody can fucking do that dance. He's drunk. Meanwhile, Amir is showing off some mad skills that would put him in the running for, I don't know, Dancing with the Stars. Except he's not really a star.
Everything will be okay. Don't miss Tom's barbecue. I'll see you there. All right? Good night.
They then go on this barbecue where they run into the ex-employee who got millions and millions of dollars in investments.
Hi. Forgive me for not getting up.
He's scaring the hell out of me! Along with Jennifer Aniston.
Peter, come here a minute. I want to show you something.
This is his idea. Jump to conclusions. He's turned it into a board game. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Listen, I heard about your son.
Okay, so eventually, Peter gets word that Joanna did it with Lumberg, except it's not Lumberg as in his boss, it's some other Lumberg.
Dare you judge me?
So, of course, he has a bad dream about it. And Joanna then gives off her piece of flair and says, I quit. Because, quite frankly, she deserves better than this job. Next day, Peter's going into the ATM, which just so happens to be nearby Initech. He's going to take a look at the balance on the account. And yeah, that's a shit ton of money. Wow, they really got into the system badly. Way to get even. You stole their money. Like every single one of it. And the bad thing about this is, it ain't going to end anytime soon. Of course, they're panicking now. They're trying to figure out how to fix this fucking mess, or else they're going to go to the pound. This involves the thought of loitering money. I can't believe it's not butter, and that you're talking about this when there are serious issues at stake here. You seriously have a serious problem with Initech. I know it's a boring, blah, 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 but you seriously gonna let it up by taking $300,000 of their money for your own account? What the hell's wrong with you, Peter? I mean, come on. Is this where Family Guy got that idea for that one episode?
Alright, nobody panic.
Alright. Peter has a bad dream, and finally, the guilt comes out. He writes a letter to confess what he did. He talks to Joanna, who, by the way, has happened to get a new job at this point. And just when things are going to go badly, yeah, Peter gets bailed out in the form of Mr. Olivia Stapler going to literally burn the place down, because throughout the movie he threatened to burn the place down, and he finally lives up to that threat by doing just that, and it bails Peter and the others out. So, everybody lives happily ever after, kind of? Peter gets a new job. He's a construction worker of sorts. He's cleaning up messes. He's getting fresh air. He's getting good pay. He's doing good. While the other two found another computer-type job at a business elsewhere. Oh, and somewhere in the islands, because this is clearly ripping off of Trading Places, in the Bahamas is Milton. With a pina colada.
Excuse me, senor. May I speak to you, please? I asked for Mai Tai and they brought me a pina colada.
Oh, Jesus.
No, no.
And so that's how the movie basically comes to an end. So that is Office Space. Just your average run-of-the-mill office movie. Teaching you the life of an average Joe worker who goes through his stuff and lets it out on the boss and gets a new job and blah, blah, blah. I, for one, find it's a very good movie. Not like the best movie I've ever seen, but it's worth your time. It's an amusing movie. It's got its moments here or there. I personally recommend it, and by golly, is it a really good one. Especially since it pretty much teaches you, without letting you know right away, the life of an average office worker. You do not know that until you go through it yourself, and then you can understand what they're saying. But even without that moral, I still recommend this movie. It's got a great plot, decent characters, it's a good flowing time. I absolutely enjoyed this movie, and I highly recommend it for anyone who enjoys Mike Judge. Because if you're into Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill, then you're probably going to love Office Space. I'm the CommanderZander. I remember it's on the soundtrack, doesn't have to, and neither should you.